welcome to my freak show. Guys, episode 7 of Hestia of AHS Delegate packed some big punches. So let's break them all down. We start the episode in Western Europe, 24 AD, as Ivy is trying to have a baby in a small shed. She gives herself a C-section and takes out 2 baby girls. She names them Sonia and Adeline. All 3 of them die but are brought back to life, with the witch wearing the pink necklace, which, of course, due to spoilers, we now know that is Siobhan. Then the episode flashes to Brooklyn, New York, 2013. Addie Harding is happily married to Dex, and it's their 1-year anniversary. She owns a restaurant called Hestia. Dex is an out-of-work painter, and he got her flowers and a dog called Oz for their anniversary. LOL, such cult flashbacks. Now, Dex wants a baby, but Addie doesn't. And we see Addie working as a chef and worshiping Hestia after the restaurant closes. But she's confronted afterwards by her evil twin sister Sonia after her prayer service. Now, they play the knife game, and Sonia basically nicks herself after 2 seconds of playing. Then it's Addie's turn, and the two talk about Addie leaving, how the coven wants her back. Addie says she's never going back. Sonia points out that no one in Addie's life knows about her past, not her husband, her best friend, anybody. Addie says that people don't have to stay where they're born. And that whole conversation's like 5 minutes, and that's when Addie finally stabs herself. I honestly think that Addie won. I mean, she went a whole 5 minutes. I mean, like a whole conversation without stabbing, well, until she stabbed herself, and Sonia couldn't basically go like a minute. But when Addie sees the blood, she passes out from it, and the show flashes us back to Galway, Ireland, and 1243. Ivy and her daughters, now grown women, are eating placenta, and Addie doesn't want to be part of their agenda anymore. She doesn't want to be part of this bad witch coven. And Ivy magically pushes Addie against the wall and spits on her. And I guess Ivy's spit is bloody because blood lands right on the lower left side of Addie's mouth. Now, Ivy tells Sonia to continue eating the placenta, which she happily does. I mean, that was so gross. And Ivy apologizes to Addie for hurting her, so she gives herself a mark on the same place as she spit on Addie. And she also marks Sonia with the same mark, and consider themselves now fully family. And they do their whole little Satan dance with chants. Back in 2013, Addie is asleep while Dex and Talia talk. Dex tells Talia that he's never seen Addie's sister and has no idea of her name or anything of her family. So Dex calls his father, who literally is a major snake in the grass. After he calls his father, Dex's dad is so angry that he wants to cut Dex off, but Virginia basically just wants them to give Dex a break. And for saying that, Dex's dad chloroforms Virginia. Next, we see Nicolette confronting Addie at the restaurant, and guys, I really enjoyed the part with MJ. She pulls out these long baby teeth and says that they belong to Addie's babies. Ugh, such a huge reveal. And Addie tells Nicolette to get out of the restaurant, and of course she does, but MJ is such a fantastic addition to the season, and I do hope that she stays with American Horror Story permanently. Now, on the way home from the restaurant, Addie buys a pregnancy test from the superfan. Oh my God, that woman's everywhere. And Addie finds out she's pregnant, and she's absolutely upset. Now, the next scene after she finds out she's pregnant is Talia, her wife, Dex, and Addie. They are all together, and they are at the Hestia restaurant, and they are celebrating the fact that Talia has invested in Dex, and they are opening an art gallery together. Now, they all get together and take a picture. There's nobody in the restaurant except the 4 of them and the staff. But in the picture, when Addie looks at it, she sees her mother, Ivy, in the background. So Addie sends her staff and Dex home because she knows that they are waiting for her. She goes into her room and she prays. Now, I actually translated what she said, and Addie says, "Hail, O child of Hestia. Long live the child of our Lord. But the prayer changes when others, the whispers, actually join in. They say, "Hail Satan." So Addie hears them and she goes to the front of the restaurant right as Dex finds the pregnancy test in the trash can in his bathroom. I mean, kind of thought Addie would have put it somewhere else since she doesn't want to be pregnant and didn't want to tell Dex. So anyway, he sees it. He's really excited. He tries to call Addie and his parents, but Addie doesn't pick up and there's no answer with his parents. So Dex just straight up goes to his parents' house. And when he goes inside, he sees his mother unconscious and tied up while the coven is either taking her blood or they're giving her blood. And oh my God, guys. Oh my God. I don't even know if I can say this. But Dex sees his dad going through Siobhan's back door. And Dex's dad shouts, "This is how you were made." Oh my God, it was so gross and revolting. I loved it. So Dex is in absolute shock, but that's when the coven, the witches that are in the room, take Dex down while his father shouts for them to erase his memory. Now back to Addie. She walks to the front of the restaurant and Sonia is there and ties her down to, I guess she wants to help her by giving a little yearly pap smear. But Ivy, Nicolette, all of them are there, including a new woman dressed in black. Nicolette says Addie married Dex to give someone, and I assume they mean Siobhan, the middle finger. Then Talia, Addie's best friend, reveals herself. And she says that she sold her soul to the coven for $1.2 billion and carried all these little creatures for them. Oh my gosh, I guess just like Addie did. And the witches reveal that Talia will find a new wife for Dex so they can have the purest product possible. And then, oh my God, guys, Ivy stabs Addie's stomach, takes out the baby inside her, and smears it all over her face. And the other witches join in, they do the same thing, and then after they're done, they pour gasoline on Addie and set her on fire. Wow. I'm surprised the autopsy didn't find that weird. I enjoyed this episode, guys. We learned that basically Siobhan is behind everything. Siobhan is the one that brought Ivy and her babies back to life, gave these women their powers, and she can take the powers away if anyone in the coven upsets her. And is now, in my opinion, possibly the mother of Dex. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Guys, this was such a great episode. It gave the witch vibes of like old school evil witches that actually ate newborn flesh to stay young and gorgeous. I wanted Coven to be exactly like this, but when we didn't get it, I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed, though it was a good season. But this is the kind of witches that I have always wanted. The backstories were fantastic and gave us so much information that we needed to know. I really enjoyed the fact, too, that we learned that Ivy is the mother to Sonia and Addie. That was a twist that I did not see coming. I saw coming of Sonia and Addie being sisters, but not of Ivy being their mother. Enjoyed that twist very much, especially how Addie grew up not wanting to be part of their coven and the way that they do things. She wanted to be better. She wanted to do better, which was confusing for me because when I watched the episode, I'm wondering, well, if she wanted to stop being in their coven, why is she in her restaurant going into that little room and still having her prayer service? I understand that she is not worshiping Satan any longer, but there was still a pentagram. She is worshiping Hestia, and she still seems to be some way part of practicing what she tried to escape from. So I'm still a little confused on that, but I really enjoyed this with Addie, Sonia, and Ivy very much. And guys, as much as I hate to admit this, as much as I would rather chew my own gorgeous face off than to admit this, but I have to say, dang, I feel bad for Dex in this episode. And I kind of feel a little bad when I'm like, I just hope Dex dies. Okay, worst case scenario at this point is Dex is just a guy that cheated on his wife. And in my opinion, that's not a murderous offense. That's not a reason for this poor guy to die. So, you know, I see now that Dex was just this innocent person. His mother tried to warn him about his father and what was happening to her and him, and he was just this poor innocent guy that was basically emasculated by his dad and just trying to live his life, wanting to have a wife and a baby. And I feel I guess I don't feel like a piece of shit, but he's just a fictional character. But I do feel stupid for misjudging him so quickly. I should have waited for more episodes and not just took who Dex is at face value. Absolutely changed my mind on Dex in this episode, and I hate it, but because I hate it is the reason why I like the episode so much. Again, MJ Rodriguez was really great in this episode too. And I loved at one time when they had Addie at the end of the episode, they had her spread out, they were about to take out the baby. Addie mentioned that Nicolette herself tried to flee the coven at one point. And I wonder if we're going to get that information, or maybe Nicolette is still trying to get out of the coven and maybe she'll end up trying to help Anna. I'm really hoping that we get a new surprise with Nicolette and maybe she is a double agent. And I also love the fact that we got the information that Talia joined the coven. I mean, I know we got confirmation last episode when she bared the mark. However, we never knew when or how or whichever she had joined the coven, and I love the fact that we got that now. So we never saw Anna in this entire episode. It was straight backstory. And oh my gosh, it was absolutely worth the watch. I think I watched it 3 times before I even started working on my review. Great backstories. Oh my gosh, great surprises. And again, Ivy just being the mom to Sonia and Addie is still blowing my mind. If I had to rate it, I guess I would give it a 9. I mean, I sincerely enjoyed it. I know I've said it so many times in this review, but I had to reiterate, great episode. Guys, what did you think of this episode and what did you rate it? Please let me know in the comments because you know I enjoy reading your comments and chatting with you in there. And don't forget, AHS Weekly Wednesday live streams are every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. And Beyond the Horror, my unofficial AHS Delegate After Show, is every Thursday at 7 p.m. And you can come discuss the episode with me. Let's talk questions and answers and chat about the episode. So thank you all so much. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I post videos or go live. And if you want to take it a step further to support me, please consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon. Memberships start at just $1 and you get a bunch of rewards. Links are in the description. Woo! Guys, thank you so much for watching. Can't wait for episode 8. I love you all and beware of sexy Scathach.
Beware of sexy Scathach.